Hey everybody, it's Danny, and today I am super excited because I got this in the mail. I was actually really surprised I got this today for a couple reasons. One is because according to my tracking, it wasn't supposed to be here until the 7th, and also it's Labor Day today. Usually mail doesn't run on Labor Day. At least I don't know. It's weird. I was just excited to get it today. It's like 2 days early. So this is the Jeffree Star wedding palette. So first off, this is the card it came with. It's cute. It's like a wedding card, but like they're bringing the cake and then Jeffree Star and them is on the top. It's cute. Now on the back it like shows the palette. It had this paper, which was super cute. And then this is the outside box. White with the silver, and then this like laciness. It's almost, it's raised up slightly, but not like a ton. I never keep the boxes. I know some people do because they like to keep their palettes in the boxes, but I don't keep my palettes in the boxes. At least the ones I'm like using. If it's like an extra of a palette, like how I have another alien palette and I have another thirsty palette, those are in their boxes put up in a cabinet. They're not with my other makeup. But yeah, I don't keep mine in boxes. I know some people do, but I don't. And it looks like this. There's a nice little jewel. It looks like this. It's very reflective. It says Star Wedding. It's got like the ring around the thing. I kind of wish that the outside box, or the outside packaging, or not outside, I'm sorry, the palette packaging looked more like the outside box that's upside down. Because I really like the white with the silver instead of it all being just all this like very like reflective silver. It would have been neat if he would have made it white with just this on it. You know what I mean? That would have been really cute. So I haven't touched anything. All of the wrappings and everything is still on there. So here we go. Hold on. All my eyeshadows are perfect. They still have the plastic over them, so. This has the plastic over it as well, still. I don't love that it has to be sat like this, but I also don't mind it. I just kind of wish it was a little bit easier. I'm going to go ahead and take the plastic off. The plastic sheet. And then, because I know people like it, hold on. Oh my gosh. Here we go. The peel of that. Okay. So, this is the palette. I know it's upside down, but you know. First impressions right off the bat, and when I saw it, okay, this is like cardboard, and then like the inlay that the shadows sit in is acrylic, like a clear acrylic, which looks really cool, I think. But first impressions, just based on the actual eyeshadows themselves from what I have seen, and I said this when, like, I thought the same thing when he launched it. I really love the neutralness of it because I love neutral eyeshadow palettes. I think this pink is like really, really out of place. I understand why. I understand why it's there. It's the shade called Mrs. Star. I totally get it and totally understand why he has a hot pink in here because that's like his signature color. But I don't know, to me it just seems out of place. It doesn't fit. All the neutrals are great. All the shimmers are so pretty. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 11 shimmers in here. And 14 mattes. So, I mean, I know there's 25, but yeah. So yeah, there's 11 shimmers in here, which I really like because I love his shimmers. His mattes are really good too, but I love a good shimmer eyeshadow. And like Banana Fetish only had 4, and it needed, I think it needed a few more. Like I said, the pink is not my jam, and this is just first impressions. I haven't swatched anything yet. This matte, is it this one? Yeah, that's kind of maroon. This matte, that's kind of maroon. This matte and this matte. I'm predicting 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm predicting these 4 mattes, and then also that pink. I don't think I'm going to use too much, at least not the red maroony shade ones, because I don't use a lot of maroon. I'm predicting I'm not going to use those too much. The shimmer is super pretty though. Goodness. So anyway, now I'm going to get to swatching. So I'll have it down here. I will swatch, and then I will show you how they look. As always, super soft. Ooh, okay. Okay. So here is the first row. It's kind of light because it's the first row. This color is called Grand Entrance. This color is called Cut the Cake, and it is a little crumbly. So, I don't know. Not my favorite. I don't hate it though. It's super pretty color. It's just, it is a little crumbly, just FYI. Then there's this one, which is Seating Chart. This shimmer, which is super pretty, called Star Vows. And this really pretty matte called Hors d'oeuvres. So this is really nice. This is obviously the first row. It's very light, you know, a lot of crease color, very light colors. I really like Hors d'oeuvres, and Star Vows is really pretty. Seating Chart's really nice. Like I said, Grand Entrance is really light, but it would be good for like setting your primer. And Cut the Cake, like I said, it's really pretty, but it's really like kind of crumbly. So do with that what you will. All right, so I'm going to pause this video for a minute, take this off, and I'll be right back. And I'm back. My hand is clean. And now we're going to do this second row right here. Okay, I'm always like, I'm never shocked at how his shadows feel, because I always know they're going to feel like amazing, but I'm always like, oh, they always feel so good, especially his shimmers. His shimmers feel so like soft and nice and just beautiful. His mattes are really nice too. Like, I love his mattes, but his shimmers have got to be like some of the best. Okay, so here is row number 2. The 2 in the middle, I can see them very well. I don't know how well you can see them on camera. Like I said, I can see them really well in person. Anyway, starts with this one right here, which is called Save the Date. Then you have this shimmer right here, which you can kind of see, which, okay, for me, I can see it a lot in person. I don't know why it's not really showing up on my camera. This one is wedding rings. Then you have this other shimmer right next to it. Again, this wedding ring's more of a rose gold. This is more of a gold, and this one's called Gold Blooded. Then you have this beautiful matte called Committed, and then you have this beautiful shimmer called Bond Together. I will say one kind of downside to this palette is because of the clear acrylic being around it, and then the bottom part being like silver, and then the text being in white, unless you're like looking like straight at it like this, like if it's at a certain angle, you can't read the shade names like very well at all sometimes. So it's making it a little hard to read some of the shade names, but it's not like a complete, like, you know, oh my god, I can't read anything. It's not that bad, but it's like, it is making it a little bit hard. All right, so I'm gonna take this off and I will be right back. And I'm back, and my hand is clean. And now we're gonna move on to row 3. I know I've said numerous times that Cremated is my favorite eyeshadow palette of his, but this one might dethrone that. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, the bright pink shade Mrs. Star did stain my finger just a smidge, and also it's drier than the other mattes. That's not, it's a little bit drier than his normal mattes, so I guess be on the lookout for that. And I mean, and I know sometimes different colors, you know, will affect the formula, but it's just, it's a little like dry / scratchy compared to like what his mattes normally are. So here is the third row. Like I said, Mrs. Star kind of stained my finger a little bit. And then this is the last one, stained my finger just a little bit as well. But this one is called Cake Topper. This nice matte right here. We have this shimmer right here called Flower Girl. Of course, Mrs. Star, the bright pink in the middle, which again, I don't think it needs to be in the palette. It doesn't fit to me, other than just to be there. And like I said, I get it in a way, like it's his signature color, but still, it's weird. This shimmer, which is absolutely beautiful, is called Bridal Beauty. And then this one right here, oh shoot, no, I went the wrong way. This one is Bridal Beauty. And then this one is called First Dance. I don't love that maroon color, but I already knew I wouldn't. I'm gonna take this off. I'll be right back. I am back. My hand is clean. Took me an extra minute for the pink because it did not want to come off. It's still stained on my finger a little bit. Hold on. All right, it's being stubborn and doesn't want to come off my finger. And you can still see a little bit on my hand, but that's okay. So now we're gonna do row number 4. I'm not gonna lie, all the shimmers in this palette are freaking gorgeous. All right, here is the 4th row. It is really pretty. This one right here is called I Love You. This really pretty shimmer is called Polyamorous. This one is called Devotion. Wait. Yeah, Devotion. This one is called I Do. And this one is called Always and Forever. The this shade, the Polyamorous shade, is a little bit more sheer than the others. Like, it's a little bit more see-through, like almost like it's meant to be a topper, but it's still fun and it's really, really pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off my hand and I'll be right back. And I am back. Here's my hand. Stained a little bit. I don't know how much you can see it, but I can see it. It's stained just a little bit. My fingers are stained just a little bit. And now we are going to be doing the 5th and final row. This one right here. And let me, ooh. This last row, I really like. Okay, there's a shimmer in this one. That's a little bit on the dry side. Ooh, that one's stunning. Okay, so here is the last row. This color right here is called Soulmate. This one is Under the Veil. This silver right here, which you can kind of see, is called Clinking Glasses. This kind of sparkly black is called Till Death Do Us Part. And this one right here is just called Tuxedo Black. That is the entire palette swatched. So I'm going to pause this, take it off, and then I will let you know like what I think about certain shadows. I am back. Here is my hand. You can't see it. It's a little stained. My fingers are a little stained, but it'll come off. So overall, I really, 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 really like this palette. I love the color story. I love that it's mostly neutrals, you know, which makes sense because wedding day, that's usually, you know, you wear neutrals or do smoky eyes and stuff like that. So the color scheme makes total sense and I love it. I don't love this pink, the pink frosting shade. It's called Mrs. Star. I don't love it because A, it's a little dry compared to his other mattes, his usual mattes. It's a little on the dry side, a little scratchy when I swatched it. That doesn't mean it's going to be scratchy on the eye. I'm just throwing it out there. And I don't think it fits, and I get why you put it in there because it's a signature color, but I just don't get it. So it doesn't do it for me. These shades, these maroon shades, this one, and then this one a little bit too. I don't really love those just because it's just not my kind of color. But they actually swatched really nicely and were really nice. This color right here, Polyamorous, I like the color. Again, it kind of goes in that kind of like maroon, like it's kind of maroon colored too. But that one I might actually use because it's a shimmer. Cut the Cake, little crumbly. Little crumbly. None of the other ones were crumbly like that, which is nice. But that one is a little crumbly. So I don't know. It's really pretty. I just don't know how often I'd actually use it. Maybe I'll experiment with it like in my inner corner or something. But I could see that being really the only use I would have for that one. I guess if you were into that sort of thing, you could probably use it as a highlighter. And if it's not too chunky on the cheeks. This shade right here, Clinking Glasses, is super pretty and I really, really like it. It's a little dry and scratchy though compared to his other shimmers. It doesn't have that same softness. Till Death Do Us Part is super pretty. But swatching it, it performs a little bit more like a matte with glitter in it as opposed to a shimmer shade. This whole bottom row reminds me of the Cremated palette. And I love the cremated palette, so that's pretty fun. But I don't know, overall, I think this palette is great. I love all the shimmers. I mean, all the mattes are good too. But I love the shimmers. The shimmers are very, very beautiful. And like I said, there's 11 of them. So I'm going to, like I said, my biggest complaint is Cut the Cake seems a little crumbly. The pink doesn't really fit and is a little dry. Clinking Glass is a little dry. And although they perform really well, I just don't like the maroon shades because that's just not shades I personally enjoy. But overall, I think it's a great palette. It was $62, which makes sense because it's bigger than his other palettes, so that makes sense to pay a little bit more. But yeah, I absolutely think this is a great palette so far. Anyway, first impressions, just swatching it, everything performed beautifully. And I can't wait to play with it on the eyes, so be on the lookout for those videos because I know I'll probably do more than one with this, obviously, because there are so many colors and so many neutrals, so many colors that I would use like on a normal everyday basis that I could see this having quite a few looks done with this palette. I really like it. All right, so that is my little first impressions / swatch and everything video, and I will talk to you later. Bye.